Most teams only needed one man to get the ball down the field. For the Chargers, that man was 250-pound Marion Butts. During a season in which runners sparkled, heavyweights like Butts were effective. But so were half-pints, such as Atlanta's 5'7" Steve Broussard.
Handoff, pushing, coming out. Little Broussard, he got away to the 45, to the 40, 35 to 30. Look at little Broussard, all the way, touchdown!
Running the football usually involved overcoming obstacles. But every now and then, a run became an unobstructed romp in the wide open spaces.
And a touchdown, a long man breaking loose. Warren Williams is going to run a very, very easy 60-yard touchdown. Nobody there. I don't think I've ever seen that.
No one had ever seen Tampa Bay's Vinny Testaverde run for over 100 yards. But this usually lead-footed quarterback did exactly that against the Vikings in Week 14. While Testaverde's rushing skill was unexpected, the running talent of Detroit's Barry Sanders was unparalleled. Sanders was the NFL's leading rusher and touchdown maker.
Draw to Barry. Barry skirts to the 15, looks for running room, cuts to the 10, he's to the 5, and will take it in. Touchdown, Lions!
Galliano swings it off to Sanders, eludes the tackle. Goes down to the 20 to the 15. Here's Sanders to the 10, to the 5. Great move, touchdown!
For Sanders, it was a season of exceptional gains. For others, the year involved acceptable losses.
These NFL coaches lost 249 pounds.
I'm down 38 pounds. I lost the most, and I feel great.
Chuck Knox didn't feel so great when the season began. His Seahawks lost their first 3 games, and it appeared that their chances of achieving a winning campaign were pretty slim.
Craig lets the ball get away from him. Mecklenburg's chasing him. It's on the 2-yard line. It's Mecklenburg rolling into the end zone.
But the team matured under pressure. In Week 10, David Craig was sacked 9 times at Kansas City. Then he rebounded in dramatic fashion. Trailing 16-10 with 4 seconds remaining, the Seahawks proved that they were a team whose heart never stopped beating. Seattle games were decided on the final play. Yet over the second half of the season, the Seahawks posted a 6-2 mark. During this stretch, no one in the NFL had a better record. This team had nearly run aground at the beginning of the year. But by the final week of the regular season, the sky had become the limit.
From the Kingdome in Seattle, it's the Seattle Seahawks and the Detroit Lions. As the Seahawks with a tremendous turnaround this year, starting out the season 0-3, and here they are in Week 17, the final regular season game here in the Kingdome, battling for a playoff spot in the NFL, but they have to beat the Lions this afternoon. Feed on third down back, the blitz is on, McElroy gets in the ball, pop, Bruce Robinson kicks it along, picks it up in the 15 to the 10 to 5, touchdown Seahawks! Long down by Craig. Give it to Benner with blockers in front of him. He cuts it at the 5. He's at the 1. Touchdown, Seahawks!
Hey, I just want to say something. You guys did a heck of a job. Start 0-3, get 9-7, and you battled your ass off, and all the things that happened. Hey, I couldn't be prouder of a group any more than I am of this group. Get up here.
The Seahawks missed the playoffs, but they overcame a shaky start to finish strong on the road to the Super Bowl. It's game time. For Randall Cunningham, it's showtime. Showtime means the improbable, the impossible. It means the Eagles quarterback is about to dazzle an audience in more ways than any player in football.
Cunningham stumbles as he takes the snap. He loads up, going deep down the far side. Complete! Touchdown!
But in 1990, the Randall Cunningham show wasn't such a hit at the beginning. Under new offensive coordinator Rich Kotite, Cunningham was confused with the system early on, believing he was expected to stay more in the pocket rather than run free and improvise.
People are used to Randall Cunningham scrambling around and doing something crazy while jumping over somebody. And I felt inside there was just something scratching, trying to get out. Man, you need to scramble, Randall. You need to, dip to the right, put a couple of moves and run up.
Finally, before a Week 3 game against the Rams, Cunningham's coaches told him that if the opportunity presented itself, he should feel free to do what he does best. That was all a quarterback needed to hear.
It was like all this pressure off my shoulders fell off. I looked to this side, it was nothing. I looked to this side, there was nothing on my shoulders, and I said, I'm back to where I can go out and play the way I want to.
Removed from his shackles, football's greatest escape artist was once again performing some of the most mystifying stunts in the NFL. The fact that Cunningham was football's toughest quarterback to bring down caused defenders across the league their share of both physical suffering and mental anguish.
Man, I keep beating this guy, and Randall still runs out around. He gets wide. I don't understand this. As soon as I get into the guy, he's gone.
Cunningham's baffling moves helped him lead his team in rushing for the 4th straight season, and his 942 yards on the ground were just 26 behind Bobby Douglas's all-time single-season mark for quarterbacks. But in 1990, the NFL learned that there was much more to Randall Cunningham than just his running ability.
I think the biggest improvement he's made from last year is he's exercising excellent judgment. He knows when to throw the ball, when to run, and he's making things look easy. He's not dropping back always to run. He drops back, he takes his read, the guy's open, he hits him. He's becoming very dangerous in the pocket. Most people used to say, keep him in the pocket and he won't hurt you. They can't say that anymore.
As Cunningham learned Kotite's system, he found that his arm could be just as dangerous a weapon as his legs. And despite breaking in a pair of rookie receivers in number 86, Fred Barnett, and number 89, Calvin Williams, Cunningham fired an NFC-high 30 touchdown passes. And some of Cunningham's completions were as remarkable as his runs.
He's still looking, biding his time, guns it. It is deflected, and it's a caught. Yes! Yes! Touchdown, Calvin Williams!
Passing, running, or clearing a path for a ball carrier, Cunningham was by far the NFL's most versatile performer in 1990. He was invaluable to the Eagles in guiding them to their 3rd consecutive playoff appearance, and invaluable to the game itself by providing fans with some of the most extraordinary plays of the season.
Cunningham is back. He's being trapped. He cooks under 3 men. He's looking. He's rolling. He's heaving it deep downfield for Barnett, who leaps and has it at the 40, at the 35, 30, 25, 20. Barnett's going to score! Unbelievable! Unbelievable play! 1st and 10, the ball at the 17. Cunningham on the shotgun. He's back. He's looking. He's starting to run. Pumping across the 15, the 10, the 5. Leaps into the end zone. Touchdown, Cunningham!
That play was crazy. People call me and they always say, why do you think you can fly? I said, I'm an eagle.
Come one, come all, to where the eagle soars. See him light up the stage like no other performer in football. Come, see the greatest show in the NFL. In 1990, Randall Cunningham elevated football to new heights of entertainment, and in so many different ways. He was a man who made the season.
Now Cunningham on a broken play is running across the 50, 45, 40, 35, 20, down the near sideline. Cunningham for a touchdown!
I want to put excitement into the game. As long as I can, I'm going to go out and try to give a show. Because they say we're celebrities. If we're celebrities, we're entertainers. If we're entertainers, we're supposed to entertain people. Michael Jordan entertains people. That's why people watch the Chicago Bulls. People love Magic Johnson. They think he's magic. The great one, Wayne Gretzky. All of those guys enjoy playing sport, and I do too. And one day I'd like to be up there in that echelon. But it's a lot of hard work and dedication, but maybe one of these days people will look and they'll say, Randall Cunningham, you're there.
Parcells masterminded a world championship for the New York Giants, while Buffalo's Marv Levy guided the Bills to their first Super Bowl ever. In Art Shell's first full season as head coach of the Raiders, he restored the luster to the silver and black. Marty Schottenheimer led the Chiefs to their best season in 21 years. But you know, the big surprise occurred in Dallas, where the Cowboys rebounded from a disastrous 1989 season. And this amazing transformation was engineered by head coach Jimmy Johnson.
On February 25th, 1989, the unthinkable happened. A pro football legend was fired. And for the first time in their glorious history, the Dallas Cowboys were coached by someone other than Tom Landry.
I'm proud to be the head football coach for the Dallas Cowboys. And I'm excited to be the head football coach for the Dallas Cowboys. I know that there could have been better circumstances as far as me coming into this position.
While Landry was master of the universe, the empire of Jimmy Johnson was a shambles, as the horrid state of America's team would have made any mere mortal nervous. 1989 was the second worst season in Cowboy history, as they remained locked in the shadows while others danced into the limelight. In 1 year, Johnson lost more games than he had in his entire career with the Miami Hurricanes.
There was a big change from last year. Last year, it was kind of like it was Jimmy Johnson and the Dallas Cowboys. Now I think it's the Dallas Cowboys. He understands that, you know, we want to win just as bad as he does.
If you're a worker, or he'll work with you. If you lazy, always, you know, doing something wrong, blowing assignments, he's not. He's hard-nosed. I mean, he's a cutthroat type of guy when you deal with him on the wrong side.
Determined to get on the right side of victory, the Cowboys vowed to never again be the NFL's whipping boy. Johnson drove, pushed, and bullied the team in 1990. But even under his lash, the Cowboys failed to respond.
Aikman in the shotgun. He must be looking forward to this. Low snap, pulls it up, standing, dumps it over the middle, tipped in the air and intercepted by Lawrence Taylor at the 10, and strolling in for the Giants' touchdown.
While the team seemed to be lip-syncing to last season's sad song, everyone wondered if these were the real Cowboys or the Milli Vanilli version, imposters posing as football players. Every Sunday was an execution with Johnson walking the last mile.
When you got a team that's 3-7 and looking at, hey, just, you know, let's just pack it in. This season is over and everybody start looking forward towards next year. You know, this man comes in and he keep you focused on the next game at 3-7 when you're like, you know, we're just here.
Be under control. Be under control. Keep those hands up. Look at me.
Players want to play for him because he believes in you. And he makes you believe in him and he makes you enjoy playing for him. Sometimes in the fourth quarter when it's like 4th and 1, 4th and inches to go, and you're all tired and you're beat up.
How about go cha-cha?
The guys are willing to go that extra mile for the coach.
Cut, Testaverde back 3 steps, throws it out. Right, it's intercepted by Holt down the left sideline. To the 40, to the 30, to the 20, to the 10 with a cut. Touchdown! That's how they score. The defense does it. Come on, make a play, baby. And Aikman, 5 steps, throwing for Urban, left corner of the end zone. He caught it. It's an unbelievable catch.
you have those late-night meeting plays.
Yeah, right.
You can always tell.
Try this. This is pretty good.
You turn on the film and somehow you got some wild-ass play and you say, they put that one in 11 o'clock at night.
Johnson's judgment to draft Emmitt Smith was not an 11th-hour decision.
Now it's Emmitt Smith time.
But the rookie runner helped to salvage the season at the stroke of midnight.
35-30. He'll never beat Green. There's the 20, the 15, the 10, the 5. Touchdown, Emmitt Smith.
The Cowboys burst into playoff contention by winning 4 games in a row. Once they accomplished this feat routinely, but then their roster was a who's who of pro football.
We're the only NFC team that did not have a Pro Bowl player, and yet the teams above us that have more wins than us, they all have 4 or 5 Pro Bowl players.
Somebody's got to beat a guy.
That says something about the intensity of this football team.
You just expect to come free and no one pick you up. You got to swim them, rip them, and you almost got there, but we got to go with the urgency, a little more urgency on the blitz.
The Cowboys' defense torched and burned, but the team was fueled by the fire and brimstone of their coach.
I think the main thing is a motivator.
Everybody's into it. Started off right.
He comes in and says the right things at the right time.
If you're trying to pound in their head some thought, at times they almost stonewall you and say, hey, wait, I'm smart enough to know where I am.
A dream season turned nightmarish when quarterback Troy Aikman separated his shoulder. In the final week, the pocket collapsed, and so did their playoff hopes. In 1990, Jimmy Johnson took the Dallas Cowboys from rock bottom to within sight of the top of the NFL. For this, he is a man who made the season and the master of all he surveys.
That's what.
None of those quarterback receiver tandems have connected for more touchdowns than Miami's Dan Marino and Mark Clayton, who have done it 75 times in 9 seasons.
Last year, and it's going hairspray.
Well, the hair is parted perfectly for today's game. It shall be interesting. Detroit at Buffalo.